That's great, dude. I'm really excited because I like the I really like Diablo 2, and I'm excited to play like a version of it that'll play over 60 FPS and
right,
be smooth.
Well, I guess, but like even for like I understand there's still bugs because I was having frame problems. Depending on where I was at, I'd get like drop like 10, 15 frames.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And it was just I think that's just because the way the game is being an alpha and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll tell you right now, if I got into like physically playing the game on my PC, like seeing it, like not on the stream side of it, but my side of it,
right,
dude, you could get bombarded by 20 enemies and have multiple castings and everything between you and the enemies, and there was no hiccup. It was straight through.
That's awesome. That's super good to hear. Because I remember, the old D2, like the 8-way walking, like you could only walk like sideways or horizontally, vertically, and then like in one direction diagonally. You know what I mean? And now you can actually like 360, that's a big difference.
I will say the nice weird.
Well, I don't even know if you.
Nice.
I don't remember if you can go diagonally actually in Diablo 2. It might have been 4-way. I don't even remember.
I don't remember. It's been too long, but I know like casting, like when you're casting, so you follow your cursor and you aim with your mouse.
Yeah. You
could physically like suck at aiming because I suck at aiming because I was using the firebolt because I was doing the mage, and it was like a pain in the butt to hit sometimes.
Right.
But they have like I don't know if it was just because it's an alpha, but like when you if you get surrounded, trying to move, forget it.
That's how it was it felt like such a dangerous game. I think that's why I liked it. Like whereas like Diablo 3 to me didn't I don't know, it never felt dangerous. Like as soon as you move up to like the highest difficulty, it doesn't matter. It's still not that dangerous. Like, you know what I mean? I felt like the entire time through Diablo 2 just felt dangerous.
No, I don't know. Now, you would remember this because I don't remember. It's been so long since I played number 2. Do they have level difficulty selection or no? See, this didn't give you an option.
Right, you're just playing on one thing, right?
So you don't know what. I'll tell you right now, it's got to be on one of the hardest difficulties because, one, you're barely getting gear. The gear is not high enough. Straight out, just not high enough because it's like I was in the second area and I was getting molested. And it's like the thing is too, like I'm not used to having the shortcuts for the potions and stuff.
Yeah, okay. So
I'll tell you, a lot of the enemies hit like a freight train.
Gotcha.
Even the little demon guys or like the little like flying bat things, they waffle you.
The minotaurs or whatever, like the spears.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It all waffles you real. It hits real hard. And like I said, I don't know if that's just because it's just the way it is right now.
It seems like it was, from what I watched of it, it seemed like it was in a good position. Like for them to say it's alpha, it looks pretty good. Like, yeah, I know. I can see where they need polish, but to be functioning there, it seems to me like that might be good to go, like by the end of this year, like they said. You know what I mean?
I think the only reason why partly it's an alpha is 1, bugs, but I think 2 is they're not past chapter 2. Act 2. I think they're only stuck on Act 1 and 2.
Yeah, just for the testing. Cool Beans, what's going on? Hello.
So I think what they're doing I think they're going to be is like a beta is going to be like 4 and 5, like 3 and 4. They'll add it and that'll be beta, and then everyone in beta can play 1 through 4.
I was in the alpha for Diablo 3, and I remember like when it came out, you were only able to play chapter 1, and that's it.
Gotcha.
You only saw chapter 1. And I don't think that they even did a beta or anything like that after it that allowed you to see like 2, 3, and 4. You know what I mean? Like I don't
remember because last time
fresh
when I started playing Diablo 3, it was honestly I think it was right when it was on console, when it came out on consoles when I started playing it. So I was pretty far into Diablo 3 being out.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was in since alpha with that one, but
yeah, see, I wasn't.
2, I'm so much more interested in. Oh, I want it so bad. I just want to play it. Cool Bean says, Broken Bungie recommended you guys to help me learn how to podcast. Bungie's awesome. I don't know if you want our help, but we're stupid.
Hey,
we are dumb people.
Gladly help in any way, shape, or form. How? Don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Assume your IQ is gonna plummet through the roof, but we'll try. But that's awesome. I'm glad that you had it. Is it just for now? Like, is it just for the weekend, or do you have it like?
Let me tell you. Let me look at the email. Actually, I have because I do have the email.
I'm curious because I know when I was in alpha for Diablo 3, I had it like the whole time. Like I was able to just play it whenever I wanted, but I didn't know if there was like timekeeping or time gating or whatever the hell they call it these days.
I want to check. I gotta find out where the hell.
I hope it comes out like soon. Like
I'm trying to remember I'm trying to remember when I texted you and asking if you got it. That's what I'm trying to remember. Let's see.
Yeah, I hope it comes out by like summer. That'd be freaking awesome. Looks like Big Ben. Looks like I'm feeling better. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I just had a rough week. Just a rough week of just like blah. I was very blah during the week, and then I was what's it called? I had to get Thursday. I think it was was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. I had to get 2 root canals done. I thought it was going to be 1, and then it ended up being 2. And they were both at like my top teeth. Get done.
You're all puffy.
Yeah, because I'm getting all my teeth capped. Like I'm getting them all like grinded down and like not veneers but like caps, like the whole tooth getting done.
Right.
So I had to take care of these potential like root canal things, so I don't have to worry about it later, like down the road. So they did 2 at the same time, and it went like into my sinuses and it's puffy, and it's still like if I open my mouth all the way, it still kind of hurts. But yeah, so it wasn't fun. So that's why I was like, I can't stream like that. I can't even talk. You know what I mean?
Right. Then you look like a chipmunk.
Yeah, it was sucky.
They only doing the alpha through April 11th. So today's the last day for it.
Got it. Okay, got it. So they did time gate it. Okay, that's interesting though.
So I have a feeling you'll see beta. Because when did they announce D2 Resurrected? When did they announce that?
Like officially announce it?
Yeah.
Like 2 months ago, I want to say.
Okay, so it took them roughly. I'm gonna say you might have a full game by November.
Dude, I friggin' hope so. That'd be awesome.
November, December. If it's Blizzard, you might be April. The way they like to go, they like to do in spring. So you might have to wait till spring, maybe.
Dude, whatever. I know they said before the end of the year, so that's, it's Blizzard, so they do take a while, but I'm excited for it. I am so. New grill that's gangsta. Get some jewelry in there. Yeah, I wanted a new grill for a while, so I'm excited to like finally take the plunge and like get everything done. Like it's rough, but like.
Well, I believe it. It's probably gonna be painful.
It's fucking worth it. It's gonna suck. Yeah, it's gonna be horrible when I get it done. But whatever. Cool Bean says I know Madhouse too. He's very close to being able to join you guys. Oh, cool. Yeah, Madhouse is a good dude. Yeah, he's a big supporter of the stream. We support him. He comes out with all of us, and I love the guy. He's awesome. Yep. And he's always welcome. Anyone's always welcome on this show. They just have to let us know in advance. We've had guests before, but it is what it is.
Only 2 so far, but hey.
Yeah. So D2, dude, that's friggin' exciting.
I'm excited. It's so much fun.
What we didn't even go over it. What are we even doing today? Like, what are we doing? We didn't even go. Like, do we have anything to talk about tonight? Or
I'm sure we can figure something out. I mean, it's just
pick something out of thin air. What do you think?
Right. Movies, go.
I need more than that. What do you mean, movies?
Go like a movie you can watch all the time, any time of the day, no matter what you're doing. You could find a movie that you just want to. Or like it could be like a series. It doesn't have to be like a single movie. It can be like if it's like a trilogy or whatever.
Do I have to pick one, or can we do?
No, it could be whatever you want.
These are such loaded questions. Like these are not loaded. That's the wrong word. These are the hardest questions for me to answer.
Yeah, no,
because I like so many things.
I know, just different genres and everything is just it's rough.
All right, so a movie that comes on, like say a movie comes on, or it's like I could see it, and like something that I've seen 100 times. And that every time I watch it, I won't turn it off. Like something like that. Something I'm like, I've seen this too much. I don't need to watch this right now. Like I watch it no matter what.
Right.
They're gonna have I have odd choices.
Oh my God, here we go.
First one that comes to mind, it would be Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I'm not even joking.
Why?
Because I'm addicted to it.
Why?
I'm absolutely addicted to it. I think it's hysterical. I love the way everything works in it. I've memorized almost every scene in it. I don't know why. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
That's a first.
Marshall.
That is a first. I will gladly say that's a first.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall would be one. Alien or Aliens. Like the original, you know what I mean?
So, the original Alien movies?
Alien and then Aliens, the sequel.
Okay.
Either one of those, at any point in time that they're on, I'll watch the whole thing nonstop. I love them. I absolutely love them. Terminator 2 would be another one.
I can see. Speaking of Terminator, I've never seen all of them.
You don't need to see all of them.
I've wanted to.
Just watch 1 and 2 and you're done.
I've watched 1. I've watched... which one was it? Wasn't the last one that came out the one before that, Judgment?
I don't know. They had a bunch of them, and I don't remember. There was like Terminator 3 was with a girl that came in.
I only remember watching 1.
Resistance and all this stuff they had.
Yeah, I wanted to watch them all. I just haven't done it.
I think I watched all of them, but I was kind of, except for the newest one. But I don't. I
wanted to, but
I just don't care. Big Ben said Shawshank Redemption.
Okay, I can see that. That's not bad. I can see that. I would have to say Matrix for me, honestly. Any of the Matrix movies?
Wait. Cool Bean said, there's a video on YouTube where a guy made the most advanced quadraped? I don't even know what that word is. I'm an idiot. Quadraped robot pissed beer into cups for him. Does that count? He could watch that constantly. I guess. Sure, fire it up.
That'd be something to see.
Madhouse, what's going on? Hello.
What's going on? What's up, fellas?
And Big Ben said Porky's. Oh, God. I haven't seen that in a long-ass time.
Honestly, even like you left for like any of the Transformer movies or like any of the Ninja Turtle movies, I could watch them all over, like constantly.
Specify Ninja Turtle movies.
It could be any of them. I prefer the older ones. Like the ones from like the 90s.
I never saw the new ones, by the way. I never saw the new ones.
I saw the 2 new ones. They weren't bad. It was just you had to swallow the voices and how you have to change your perspective of Ninja Turtles a little bit to understand it.
Gotcha. Okay, I haven't seen the originals in quite a while too.
Yeah, they were good. I remember those. They were my favorites. I used to watch them nonstop when I was younger.
Yeah, I did too.
I cannot say.
I got to think about. I mean, there's so many more I could think of. Like,
I know.
I really
can go on and on.
Keep going. I want to see more. All right.
I'm trying to think.
Super Troopers. That's one that I'll never turn off.
I can't.
You can't
get rid of. I can watch it. It's one of those I can watch it. And it's just like I can watch it like here and there, but I can't like. I'm trying to think of what I have in my collection that I was like.
Oh, you said The Matrix before. I could watch The Matrix 1 anytime it's on TV.
1 and 3. I hate the second one. 1 and 3, I think, are the great. Lord of the Rings, I could also just throw on and listen to it.
Okay, I can do that too. And you know what? I can and to step that up, and people might hate me for this, I can do The Hobbits also. All 3 of those.
I like the Hobbit movies. I like them all.
I don't necessarily watch them, but if they're on, if it's on, I'll leave it on and like listen all the time.
Right.
I don't know. I enjoy all that. That's not too bad.
And some of the Star Wars movies. I love Star Wars movies. I can do too. Star Wars is one of those that I could sit there and like listen to.
That's just a given. I think everybody feels the same way.
That one, and you know what else everyone's a given on is Fast and Furious movies because they're on so much.
Mine's only the first one because it's so goofy. Past that, I can't stand them. I got to be honest.
There's only a couple of them I like here and there. Like I can deal with like a handful of them. Like I want to say half of them I can deal with. And that's it.
It just gets too weird for me. Cool Bean said Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay, I can see. I wouldn't be able to watch it all the time, but I can see it.
I know there's like 4 of them. I think I've seen 3 of them. Dr. Sexy Time let me borrow the 4th one a long ass time ago. I don't think I've ever seen it yet. I never watched it yet. I have to get that back.
I don't remember. Shit. I honestly don't remember. It's been so long that I don't remember.
I can't put my finger which one is which one. Yeah, there's 5 of them. There's 5.
Is there really? Hold on, I'm gonna look these up now.
I don't remember what happens in any of them. So I feel as though I should probably go ahead and watch them all. But I know I enjoyed them when I was watching them.
So you have Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End, Stranger Tides, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
I couldn't tell you what happens in any of them.
And there's a new one coming out.
Schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
That's the only part of that movie I remember. Or Superbad.
I could watch Superbad. Yeah.
I could do Superbad.
I could watch that all the time. Dude, Big Ben said Back to the Future, all three of them.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I could watch the third one. Oh, the first and the second one, yes. The third one.
The first one, definitely. I don't know about any of the rest of them.
The third one, I'm kind of meh on. Kind of meh. Indiana Jones, of course, I could watch all the Indiana Jones. When they're on TV, they stay on. I don't turn them off. Oddly enough, Harry Potter.
Once in a while, I can do Harry Potter.
If it's on, I don't turn it off for whatever reason. Like, if I see it on, I'm like, oh, Harry Potter's on. I'll just leave it go. Like, it doesn't bother me.
Harry Potter, they're apparently doing a new Ghostbusters movie, apparently.
But yeah, they are. Yeah. It's, like their kids or something, right?
I don't remember. I
think some of the original people are supposed to be in it with the original, like, Ecto 1, all that stuff.
Then I think they're supposed to have, like, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, Deadpool. Speaking of Groundhog Day, Caddyshack.
Caddyshack, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool's a good call. Yeah, Deadpool.
Yeah,
Age, what's up? Oh, man. And I'm here like, forgetting Sarah Marshall.
You're in the oddball area of that one.
I've seen it like 100 times. I love it. I love that damn movie.
I know.
Hey, Driver. Yeah, we're talking about movies that are like so like that you could just watch a million times. Like every time they're on, you don't turn it off. You know what I mean? You play it. You nothing in you says I need to turn this off and look for something else. You leave it on. You know.
Death Race. I can do once in a while.
Death Race. Wait, wasn't there multiple versions of it?
There was 3 or 4 of them.
Because I think it was with the original
the first one. The first one I can do. Jason Statham was in the first one.
No. I mean, like Death Race was out in like the 70s.
Oh yeah, no, but the newer one.
Wasn't it? What's his name? Was it Burt Reynolds? Maybe I don't remember.
I don't remember who was.
You're talking about the reimagining.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That I can do. Madhouse. He wants to be on my channel. I'm here now. He said Purge. I can see the Purge movies. They're coming out with another one.
I only ever saw the first one.
They're coming out with another one. Another Purge movie.
I've only watched the first one, and it was okay. It was okay.
It's a cool concept because it's different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
I'm trying to think of like the ones that are like that every time they're on though that I'm just they make me happy. You know what I mean? And for some reason,
okay, you just have to stop what you're doing and sit there and watch them.
Yeah, obviously the classics, the Indiana Jones, all that stuff. But forgetting Sarah Marshall, like that, get him to the Greek. I love you, man. Like all those movies, they're great.
Here, I'll put one out here because he just recently died. Cradle to the Grave with Jet Li and DMX.
I never saw it. No, I never saw it.
It wasn't like fantastic, but it was just one of those. I was like, oh, this is neat because it's like. Right.
Dude, Anchorman, because Anchorman's one of my favorite movies, literally of all time. Anchorman doesn't get turned off.
The Shooter with Mark Wahlberg.
Never saw it.
That's good.
The Shooter, huh?
8 Crazy Nights. I forgot about that movie with Adam Sandler, the cartoon version.
I never saw it.
Driver said, "You never saw 8 Crazy Nights?"
No, I never saw it.
Dude.
Do I have to watch it?
That's a technical foul.
Never saw it.
It's so good. It is so good.
Driver said, Point Break, Godfather 2, Empire Strikes Back, The Fugitive. Point Break is with Keanu.
I believe so, yes.
That's the one where he screams in the air and shoots the gun up.
Law-abiding citizen. You see that one? Law-abiding citizen?
Mm-mm.
What? All right. You know what? Hold on. Time out here.
You understand that I watch movies like I Love You, Man, and like that, and like that stuff. Those are the movies that I watch.
Okay.
I watch like rom-coms, and I choose to watch them.
So Okay, so wait a minute. So I can't even give a straight face for this.
Why? They're good. And I could watch them all the time.
Fine. Napoleon Dynamite.
50 First Dates. I mean, that's classic.
All right. Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah,
that has to be on that list.
Yeah, well, yeah. Napoleon Dynamite's on there, sure. Because I won't turn that off.
Liar Liar, I can watch constantly because I love Jim Carrey.
I'm with you on that. I love Jim Carrey also. I can watch Liar Liar
Jim
nonstop.
Carrey movies I can watch all day, every day. Don't care what he's in. He's phenomenal in everything.
All right, here's a hard one. Wait, I got a tough one.
Okay.
What do you think? Oh, man. 3 favorite. Funny. We'll go with comedy, not serious.
Okay.
3 favorite Jim Carrey movies. They have to be the funny ones, though, not the serious ones.
Okay. Liar Liar. Bruce Almighty.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else I would see, because I have a couple that I'm like tossed up on. God.
I got my 3.
No, I can't say Ace Ventura. I liked Ace Ventura, but it was not.
Dude.
I know. It was good.
Watching Ace Ventura again, I think you'll appreciate it more.
Maybe. It's been so long since I've seen it. Maybe that's why.
It's pretty damn good.
God, I can't even think now.
I'm going to interrupt you then. What are you thinking?
I can't think of a third one right now. For some reason, I just can't do it.
Mine would also be Liar Liar, for sure. Liar Liar, Dumb and Dumber, easy. Dumb and Dumber, it has to be. And my third one out of nowhere is Yes Man. I don't know why. I love it. I love Yes Man. I think the movie's so friggin' good. So good.
I have to look. That's like
Driver said Cable Guy. It's really underappreciated. I
remember it.
I
Don't
agree.
get wrong.
I don't like seeing you know what? You know why I didn't like it? It's not that I didn't like it. It's that Jim Carrey at that time, I wanted him to be Jim Carrey. Like I thought it was going to be like really funny and really whatever, but instead like the darkness of it. I mean, and I'm a fan of dark humor, but Jim Carrey dark humor, like it kind of creeped me out to some degree. Like it was like I didn't want what it gave me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't like his character. Like he just he creeped me out.
Okay, I can see that.
I haven't watched it in probably 20 years though, so I don't know.
I got it.
I don't even remember The Mask. I don't even remember it.
Me, Myself, and Irene.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to go through his list of movies and look and figure out like which ones like the names, because some of them I couldn't remember the names, but I have to sit there and look at the list of them, and I was like, okay.
I think Jim Carrey is absolutely fantastic.
I love Jim Carrey.
But Dumb and Dumber has to be up there for me. I mean, how could you? I had to see that movie 700 times.
I'm not going to sit there and sit there. I'm not going to sit there and argue that because it seems like any movie that Jim Carrey does is phenomenal. In some way, shape, or form, it's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. How?
I don't know. How he does it, I don't know, but it's just.
Madhouse said The Mask as well. Random Rob and Madhouse both said The Mask. Madhouse said Yes Man as well and Dumb and Dumber.
I'd have to rewatch some of them.
I've only seen The Mask once when it came out, and I don't remember it.
I'd have to watch some of them because it's like I forget most of them.
I remember the smoking part.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't remember any other scene from the movie. Like, I don't remember what's funny about it. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know they did say they were making another Ace Ventura movie.
That's awesome. The first one killed me. Like, it still kills me. It's like the scenes. Remember when he goes to like the I don't know how much you remember Ace Ventura, but do you remember when he has like the tutu on and he goes into the
the insane asylum?
The insane asylum or whatever, and he's like, put me in, coach. I know we got a lot writing on the game, but I can hear or something like that. I forget.
And he just sits there. He's like. And he just sits there, and then he's just like, or they're going in the hall. He's like, oh, wait. He's like, oh, half time. And he walks over to the water fountain, and he starts splashing his face, and he walks over to the bench and just goes.
And he does the reversal thing. He's like, let's see that in ultra slow mo or whatever. Yeah. Dude, it's so good.
Or the other part is when he turns around and he finds out that Finkel was a man. Finkel and Einhorn.
Yeah. I don't know. I really liked it. Monkey in the Butthole. Yeah, that was Bruce Almighty.
So that was the come on, focus.
There you go.
There you go. That was when he first got his powers, and he went down the alleyway because it was the gangsters that destroyed his car when he was leaving work the one day.
Right. I remember it, but I don't remember it. You know what I mean?
The only thing I can fully remember from Bruce Almighty that I absolutely love is when he's screwing with Evan, and he's doing the typing thing, and he's doing like he's rambling on during the middle of the day, like in the during the middle of the broadcast.
Yeah.
That's one of the best parts of that movie.
Where's this quote? From Ace Ventura. I had to find it because I remember what it was. What did he say? I'm ready to go in, coach. Just give me a chance. I know there's a lot riding on it, but it's all psychological. Just got to stay positive frame of mind. The way he says it is so funny. I don't know. That movie kills me. Oh, did you see Yes Man?
Yes, I did, but I don't remember it.
That's a good one.
It's been a while since I saw that one. The only thing I love from I'll Say Liar Liar just because it just makes me smile every single time. Okay, everything. But when he sits there at the end of the credits, okay, and he's just like walks up and he's just like,
oh yeah, a goose.
A goose.
Yeah. He fights about with a pen. And they're like, what the hell's wrong with you? And he's like, the goddamn pen is blue.
It's blue. And it's like all over his face and his desk and everything.
Yeah.
Or the coffee pot when he's talking to with the coffee pot.
Yeah. Everything about I love that movie. He got pulled over and he's like, is there anything else there? He's like, I have unpaid parking tickets. Everything about it was so good. Jim Carrey's awesome. He got like a little weird, didn't he? Like recently, like in real life, like
there's a couple of movies I know that he got into recently. I don't want to say recently. Like when I say recently, I mean like within quite a bit of years that were he had to go see a lot of like have a lot of psychological help because they just screwed with him so bad.
Really? I know, like in interviews and stuff like that. I know he was like talking really kind of I don't know what the word is, but he's just like they'd ask him a question and he'd be like, I don't know. I have an answer, but does the answer really matter in life? Does anything really matter in life? And he would like.
Yeah, he went off. He went off. He's weird now. I think he got kind of back to normal once he did the Sonic movie.
That was good. He had a good role in that too. I liked his role in Sonic.
The only thing I'm mad about that movie, the one gripe I have about that movie is Dr. Eggman is not fat.
Fair, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, they should have made him fat.
That movie.
Yeah. I agree, but he does make a good,
Oh, he did. He made a great Eggman.
He's crazy now. I've never seen his serious stuff, to be honest. Like all his, even like the number 13 or whatever it was called, the number something.
There's a couple of them he's done that were I don't want to say recent, but like they were like within like the past 10 years that were like serious. Well, I just can't see Jim Carrey doing something serious.
Man on the Moon. Well, that was really good.
That was good. That?
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've only seen it a handful of times, but yeah. But I mean, like, there's like, it's so weird knowing like Jim Carrey's 99% comedy stuff, and it's just so weird to like think of him doing something serious.
Right. I don't know. I think he started as that. Oh my God, dude, Driver just nailed it. That is one of my favorite all time. I don't even know how I didn't think of it. That's one of my favorite movies of all freaking time, too, of all time. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Never saw it.
It's one of the best movies in the entire world.
I'll have to watch it. I never saw it.
That is an absolute brilliant piece of film. It really is.
Never saw it.
That's that's more of a serious role from him. God damn, that movie's so good. I don't know how I didn't think of that. Yeah, Truman Show was serious. Yeah.
What was the other? Speaking of I'll go off the randomness of this part right now. They did announce they're doing a Horizon Zero Dawn movie.
I'm actually. If they do it good, I'm pretty excited about that. As long as they
if they can do it the right way. If they can do it the right way, it'll be phenomenal. I'm also curious about the Borderlands movie because they're now you're slowly starting to see who they're casting for who, and they announced like who was actually writing the script and everything for it.
Is the Borderlands movie like going to be like a real live action movie?
I don't know. I assume they can't CG it. I mean, they're going to have to CG a lot of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure. Do you know, this is so off topic, but what's the deal with, so like AMC movie theaters and all that kind of stuff are opening up across the world, that pretty much they're all opened up. You can go out to the movies and see these movies now.
Yes, you could.
But you could also watch them for free on HBO Max.
Yes, you could.
What is the deal with that? Because I was like looking the other day and I was like, Godzilla versus Kong. I'm like, I want to watch that. And it was on HBO Max for free. And I'm like,
yeah, you could.
I didn't watch it yet, but I was like, and yeah, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat comes out.
Space Jam's coming out. Which?
Wait, what? Space Jam?
They're redoing Space Jam.
Why?
They did it with LeBron James now.
Jesus fucking cares.
It's a whole new thing. It's not original. It's not the original. It's a new one. It's like the new Legend or something like that, or New Legacy.
No one cares. No one's gonna watch it.
No, I'm gonna ruin it. Lola Bunny is not what she used to be.
No one cares about that movie at all. It's already it's over. The movie already tanked. Who cares? Space Jam with LeBron James.
All right. So I'll give you the cast.
The original one has friggin' Bill Murray in it. How do you touch
Michael
it?
Jordan? You can't do it. So right now I'm just gonna throw the cast out there for Borderlands because why not?
Okay.
The ones that are announced so far. So Cate Blanchett is Lilith.
Okay.
Edgar Ramirez is Atlas.
Okay.
Jack Black is Claptrap.
I'm assuming just the voice of Jack Black. Yeah.
I mean, if they make him look like Claptrap, there's going to be some weird shenanigans of stuff. But Jamie Lee Curtis is Tannis.
Mm-hmm. Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah, it's going to be Tannis.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's pretty big casting so far. Wow.
Kevin Hart is Roland.
Wow.
Which makes no sense because Roland's stupid tall and Kevin
Hart's so small, right?
Ariana Greenblatt is Tiny Tina.
Wait, who is?
Ariana Greenblatt.
Oh, right. That's right. I think we were looking at that the other. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Florian Montagu is Krieg.
Mm-hmm.
And Oliver Richards is Crom.
Okay.
So far. That's what they've announced so far.
Right. Oh,
I know. It's going to be, and the writers of it are the ones that did like Zero Dark 30.
Okay.
And stuff like that. So apparently they're saying it's going to have a really, really good movie of it. So I kind of hope so because
Big Ben asked a question. I don't know if you saw it or not. I did.
I've been looking at this.
Oh, he asked if the Netflix Witcher series is any good. Did you see it?
Yes.
I loved it. Like, I thought it was
so good.
Pretty fantastic. It depends on how much you like The Witcher, because it starts with like the books.
It follows. Yeah, it's the book. It's more the books than it is the games. Now,
it doesn't,
you'll see the games a little bit, but
it didn't really get into them yet, though. Like the things that happen in the game, it's not in the timeline yet in the show. You're in the books.
It's in the books right now. Let me see if they have a release date for this because I want to know.
But The Witcher is a damn good series. I liked it a lot, but I definitely enjoy that kind of stuff.
No, it does not have a release date.
Mm-hmm. There's only one really confusing part in the entire series that I'm pretty sure that everybody after it happened probably Google searched. It was after the whole, I think it was like episode 5 or after episode 6 with the baby and like the marrying thing and all that stuff.
Right. Okay.
All that kind of stuff. I think everybody kind of Googled like, wait, what just happened? You know what I mean?
Well, that's what it was. It was one of those of like, no one had a clue.
Yeah. How did that person?
Because I think everyone expected it to be the games.
Mm-hmm.
And when you had these people that played the games and they were like, okay, I know the Witcher games, great. Mm-hmm. And it just went away and went to the books. Everyone was like, what?
The only thing I could say I didn't like about it was, and you know what, I'm gonna forget names because if I'm not like involved in something like immediately, I forget the names of everything until I'm back involved with it. But I played the games and the one girl, because there's 2 of them that are like the, you know.
You mean Yennefer?
Not Yennefer. Who's the other one? The other one that's like always like his go-to, like in like the games and all that kind of stuff.
That's Yennefer, isn't it?
No, the other one.
Oh, hold on, I'm gonna.
I know, right? Now. It's like. I hate always Google searching because I feel like if I Google search it, it's gonna make me stupid. Like I want to use my brain and remember stuff. It wasn't Yennefer? It's
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her name.
The name
Siri.
Not Siri. Marigold or whatever. Mara something. Marigold. Not Siri, because Siri's the young girl. Marigold or something like that. I think it is.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Hold on.
The girl I'm thinking of.
Apparently, there's a guy named Moose Sack.
No. As soon as we figure out who it is, I don't like who they casted to play her.
Triss
Marigold. That's her name. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Triss Marigold. That's it. I don't like the actress. Not that she's a bad actress, but they did not cast someone that looks at all like the Triss that we're used to in the video games. So
yeah.
To me, everybody else, like The Witcher looked like The Witcher. Yennefer looked like Yennefer. Like they all looked like it. Triss does not look at all like she does in the video game. So it was like, for me, it was like,
well, they got Siri down to a T too.
Yep. I was like, why don't you just cast someone that looks like her? But they didn't, and that's the only thing that made me mad about it. And that I thought it was awesome.
Sorry, chair issues. Chair carpet issues here. They're apparently doing Assassin's Creed too. A Netflix series apparently.
I never even saw the movie that came out or whatever.
So the movie does not follow the games. 100% does not follow the games. You understand what's going on, but it is not Desmond. It's not what you're used to.
Gotcha. I don't even remember like movies that blow my mind anymore. Like I don't really remember. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I like. There's some that come out though that I'm like very like
excited for.
Mm-hmm. And they're usually weird movies, like of course because that's what I do. Like there's like, you know what movie like was one of the last ones that I watched, and usually like I gauge it on if I have like emotional responses to a movie. Like if I get like choked up and I start to like shed a tear while I'm watching it, I'm like, this is probably pretty good. You know what I mean? The last one I could think of that really got me pretty bad was did you ever see the movie Her?
Sounds familiar. I can't say I've seen it.
Joaquin Phoenix, or however you say it. Am I saying that right? I always say his name wrong. Joaquin Phoenix, whatever his name is. Anyway, it's like a little bit in the future, and he falls in love with basically an AI, like almost like an AI, like Siri or like whatever, Alexa, stuff like that. Yeah, it's just they become more a little bit more in the future. They will become more part and intertwined in like your life. Like it's believable because it's just.
I'd have to see it. I've heard the name, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's just like where it is now, but just up it up a little bit more, and that's like where the movie would take place. They're just a little bit more involved in our lives, and he falls in love with one, and
that's weird.
It sounds weird. Like that's like the first thing you would tell. Like when I describe to somebody like what this movie's about, they're like, why does this sound cool? Like this guy just falls in love with an AI. That's weird. You just gotta watch it, and you'll like kind of understand. You'll be like, I understand him, and it's also Joaquin Phoenix, however you say his name, playing. So obviously he's a fantastic actor,
right?
And it's just it's really good. I don't know.
You know what would be a good game movie if they did it? Detroit Become Human.
I never played the game.
That game had like 20 some endings or like 30 some endings. It was some stupid amount of endings because every choice affected the story.
Okay.
But that one actually, like, that's a relatable thing, like, in the future if it ever happened.
Yo. Off course here a little bit. I just thought of something. This probably exists, but I don't know. I don't know about it. Is there a video game that exists, probably, that has, what's it called? Oh, God, I can't think of the name of it. Like the oh jeez, one second. Big Ben, thank you very much for the resubscription on the Prime. Thank you for the support. Thank you. Is there a game that exists that works like you said? There's all those endings. Remember those books when you were a kid, the Choose Your Own Adventure books?
Yes, I do.
I had Super Mario Brothers ones. I had all of them. Like I had a ton of them.
I know.
Is there a game that works like that, like in depth? Like you start the game. You're faced with something, and it's basically like, you're gonna go this route. Oh, okay, and you go there, and then you go there, and then you go there, and then
that was Detroit. Detroit was like that.
But what if there's a game that has like hundreds of outcomes that just keeps?
So
you know what I mean?
I remember there was a horror game.
Erica.
I don't remember.
Big Ben said Erica.
I know there was a horror game that did that. It chose your endings. They changed the endings depending.
But this would be like different though. This would be like the entire game. Like, could you like say pretend you're playing a game, and one session from beginning to end, let's say took 8 hours, right?
Okay.
8 hours. But in that 8-hour gameplay, you've played something that was maybe 1 out of 50 times. You know what I mean? Because the choices were almost endless in how you could do that. So you could do multiple 8-hour playthroughs that you've never seen before.
Right, put hundreds of hours into it and never see the same ending twice.
Right.
Unless you willingly chose the same.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there is.
I feel like there should be. Like, you know what I mean? I can see why it would be hard to do, for sure. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, to make it like pretty extreme.
Well, like I said, I know Detroit had, I want to say,
that would be, I don't know. I think it'd be awesome.
80. All right, so Detroit had 85 endings.
Holy crap! Wow. Okay.
The thing is that they were 85 different, but a lot of them crossed.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, like, if you say, like, choose to save this person, choose to respond, and this might take you down this path. But you're going this path, and this path was like kill this person or let this person die, say this to that person. But somewhere down the episode line, they'll do this. They'll cross.
Right.
Become one.
Yeah, I want one that is like you start the game, and I don't know. I'm making this up as I go. You start the game. You have a sword, and you're told, "Go save the princess. Go get her. Go into the dark forest."
Legend of Zelda.
Right. Go into the dark forest, and that's where you're gonna get her. I don't know, whatever. So you go into the dark forest, and you're stopped by like a tree person, and it talks and stuff. You know what I mean? And it
sounds an awful lot like Legend of Zelda.
Stop! Hold on, I'm making this up. And then it's like the tree person's like, "Oh, well, if you go here to the right, there's a bunch of goblins and whatever. But if you go to the left, there's a bunch of dragons. Or you can climb on top of me, and we'll walk miles that way, and no one knows what's going to happen." And if you went this way with the goblins, it was like crazy fights, all that stuff. And then that turned into an option that you could teleport into an area where you're in an airplane, and then you have airplane combat. And then, or you could have, went into this and you were in a wrestling ring and you were doing a figure 4 on somebody. I don't know. Like, it's endless. You know what I mean? All this crazy shit could have happened. You know what I mean? Like, you start with one choice and then have multiple choices to spin off of. And then
it sounds like fantasy simulator. It sounds like a fantasy simulator type.
You know what I mean? But like, it would be multiple choices each time, and that might happen 5 or 6 times. So you're splitting off. The numbers would get insane. I feel like it has to happen, but maybe not to the degree of what I want to see. You know what I mean?
Right.
That sounds awesome, though.
I understand where you're going with it, and I get it.
Mm-hmm. It'd be the most insane game ever made. I hope somebody makes it. I should pitch the ideas. No one will listen to me.
Why not?
Who wants to hear the ramblings of me? Could you imagine like a professional listening to me?
You come up with this crap. I don't know what to tell you.
Code a shitload of flowcharts. Yeah. True. It would still be like, I don't know. If my mind is involved, it would be like the most insane thing of all time. And it wouldn't make sense. It would never get done.
I mean, you're not wrong, probably.
Yeah, the game would just never be made.
Or it would take forever and you'd be like on your deathbed.
Like, it's going to take another 5 years. Why? Because there's too many choices. Well, there needs to be that many. I want someone to put thousands of hours into this game and never play it twice the same way twice. Do you realize the amount of dialogue we need? It doesn't matter. Give it to them. Yeah, it wouldn't work. No, it wouldn't.
Not in the slightest.
Oh my god. Where were we? We were with sorry, I derailed us a bit. You were talking about video game movies, all that kind of. You were talking about Horizon Zero Dawn. I know you were talking about that first.
Oh, that I cannot wait till that movie comes out.
I hope they do it justice, because I loved the story of Horizon Zero Dawn.
I hope they do it I don't want to say. I kind of hope they do it like you've seen the movie I, Robot.
Yeah.
Will Smith. Like kind of like that, to where like the robots aren't. You can't. I mean, they're CG'd, but they're not clearly like they still look realistic enough.
Right.
So I kind of hope they do the actual robotic creatures like that, but keep it live, like real life.
I'm assuming it'll look like Transformers or something. You know what
That's what I mean. Something like that. That's what I'm saying. If they can keep it like that, it'll look phenomenal.
Right.
Like that's what they did well with Monster Hunter movie that came out.
Still didn't see that one.
But that's what they did. They CG the monsters in, but everything else is still real life. So it looks like,
yeah.
Like it doesn't get cartoony. The armor doesn't get cartoony. The weapons don't get cartoony or anything like that. Like they look like if you picked up a real sword in real life.
Right. Did you excuse me for coughing all over you. Well, not all over you, but you know, if you were in front of me,
keep it over there. Keep it over there.
Did you ever see what's that new thing that came out? That fucking what is it? Birdman and Winter Soldier or whatever.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon, that's him. Yeah.
Birdman.
Did you watch that? I didn't see it yet.
I have to watch the new episode, but yes, I have watched it. It's not bad.
I never liked Falcon, Birdman, whatever.
It's not bad. Bucky's the better part of the show.
Falcon seemed like a useless person to me. The entire
He still is.
Yeah, everything he's ever been in, all the Iron Mans or whatever, like he always.
I think he's America, just, my opinion, he's just a filler in this kind of movie because he was with Captain America.
Right.
But Bucky's I think Bucky's side of it is a lot better.
Okay.
And a lot more interesting than Falcon's.
I'm definitely gonna watch it for sure.
It's good. Don't get me wrong. It is good, and it does it does kind of fill in because it fills in after this last movie.
He's just such a filler character that I don't understand why he got his own show. You know what I mean?
I think it's just a filler for the next movie. I think that's all these are fillers for the next movie.
It would have been like putting in putting Tony Stark's friend, whatever, I forget his name, and he puts on like the other Iron Man suit, like the
War Machine.
War Machine, yeah. It's like War Machine and Friends, the TV show. It's like, why does he need one? He's at the same level of relevance as Falcon is. You know what I mean? They're both like complete filler people. You know? Right.
I get it, and that's what I mean. I think it's a filler movie, but Bucky's the more better part of that movie. He's the one who makes the show worth it.
Do they have is Captain America in it at all? Or is this after? Does it take place after the Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah, so it takes place the last movie, Endgame.
Yeah, it takes after that.
Yes, I'm not going to ruin it for you because I don't want to ruin it for you or anyone else. But
please don't.
Your question will be answered.
Okay.
I'll just give you that. Your question will have an answer.
Okay. Got it. Because I was kind of curious what they were going to do after Endgame, because it's like, well, you kind of.
This brings up. This is after Endgame. This is like when Bucky, when Steve is gone, like at the end of it, like where he goes back into his 1940s time.
Okay.
It's a continuation, and like he gives Falcon the shield, and says like, "Hey, this is your shield now. You're Captain America type deal." It continues from there out.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. I'm not I haven't been in the mood to watch it. I don't know why. I should.
It's not bad.
I just didn't. I have to catch up on I have to finish Shameless still. I'm on another episode or two left of that. I don't know.
I can't watch that show.
Why?
Cannot. I just do not like it. I cannot get into it. I've tried. I just can't do it.
It kind of fell off, to be honest. It's in the beginning. It was really good.
I think I've watched honestly 7 episodes of it.
Why can't you watch it?
I just can't get into it.
What don't you like about it? I'm curious.
Just everything. It just holds no interest to me. If it was sit there and gouge your eyes out or watch Shameless, I would gouge my eyes out.
All right, fair enough.
I just don't see the fun. This camera needs to go fly a kite today. Focus. Stay on point. Look at me.
I liked it because it was so you just didn't know what was going to happen. It was always.
Well, I mean, I get that.
So off the rails. That's why I liked it.
I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I just wasn't. I couldn't do it. But Loki's coming out. I can't wait to see that.
Okay.
And Black Widow. Like, I'm curious to see
Black
some
Widow's
of
a
these
movie though, right?
I don't know if it's going to be a movie or a series. Same thing with Loki. I don't know.
I think Black Widow's a movie. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
that's
either
like
way, though, but like, I'm going to be curious. Like, you read the comics and stuff, you can kind of get like where the stuff comes like in and like books and stuff. Like, I'm curious. Like, they've never actually in person explained these characters at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they never explained like where Black Widow came from. All you know is she was a assassin ballerina,
right?
And Loki's just some guy,
Russia or something. Yeah,
right. And Loki's just some guy that Odin adopted.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they never really explained them.
Right.
For people.
I
mean, whatever. I mean, it's just one of those things. I'm just curious to see how it's going to play out.
I like it. I of course I like it. I know we've talked about this on the show before and stuff like that. I get more as long as they can keep it awesome and fun without having to like. My problem is I don't want them to like get into the expanded universe or like the idea of
multiverses.
Multiverses. Right. I hate that stuff. Like I get why they do it so they can keep stuff going. You know, I get it, but I hate it. Like I hate it. You know what I mean? That's why
it gets too complicated. It gets way too complicated at that point.
That's why Avengers was working so well because everybody had their own movie. Then they had Avengers. Then they had more of their own movies. Then another Avengers, and everybody could come together and like it just worked awesome. You know what I mean?
Right. And then they kind of now it's like everyone in their
like how they ruined Star Trek. Do you mean Star Trek? Like in Discovery, how they went back and with Spock and all that kind of stuff, and made like Spock's sister and all that or whatever. Because that was, I think people were pretty pissed off about it, which I oddly enough I enjoyed Discovery just to watch it, but I know a lot of people had some pretty big issues with it.
I never really watched them. I watched like the old ones.
Yeah, they're way better.
But the new ones I've never. Don't even ask me to get into them because I couldn't tell you a thing about them.
The new ones, like, I don't know. I thought like J.J. Abrams, like when he did the Star Trek, like just redid Star Trek, like the movie back in like what 15 years ago. I think that movie's fantastic. Like I thought he did an awesome job. That was pretty good. But then they came out with then they tried to do Wrath of Khan, which flip-flopped and they made it different. And I enjoyed it as a movie, but it's like at that point I was just kind of like, oh, all right, you know what I mean?
Enough's enough already, type deal.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I like Star Trek.
There's a lot of movies or a lot of series that were really good, like way back when, and there's a lot now that they just kind of like people are begging them to stop. Like you know what I mean? Like a very good example, Fast and Furious movies.
Right.
Some of the first ones were like. Good. Stuck to it, stayed with it, should have did that. Stuck to like that root of it.
Right.
And now it's like gonna have what, number 9 we're on right now? There's 10 of them, but we're at number 9.
But then there's other things that people beg for and never get. Like how everybody begged for more Firefly for the past however many years. You know what I mean? Everyone's just like, just have Firefly? How about you just give me more Firefly? How about another season of Firefly? Firefly. Never. Doesn't happen. Apparently something's supposed to happen with that again, but I don't know much about it.
I don't know, but like I'm saying, like they just at that point of like, please just stop already.
That's how I feel about almost everything.
I mean, you're not wrong, but like, you know what else? Speaking of series, did you ever watch the Gotham series?
No.
Oh, dude.
Is it good?
You want to talk about a series that you want to keep you in it? That you got to, if you ever get the time, I think there's like 5 or 6 seasons of it.
Is Batman in it? If Batman's in it, I don't want to watch it. I'm not a Batman fan.
So Gotham, Batman technically is not in it until the final episode.
Okay.
Of an entire series. I ruined it for everyone. Who gives a shit? Bruce Wayne's in it. It's Bruce Wayne's story when he's young. Got it. Teenager-ish young, like a 12, like younger teenager. He's young.
Before Joe Cool.
But they bring in like the old school characters. Fish Mooney, the two guys that were the 2 gangster bosses. I can't think of the names of them.
I was never a Batman person.
I know someone knows it here. But like the Penguin,
okay,
Two-Face, Riddler, they kind of bring in their how they came about, like when they were young, when they got into the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
just says Batman stinks.
But like it was like when everyone was around, like it was like back like when Jim Gordon, like everyone knows Jim Gordon as the old guy.
Yeah.
They kind of explain to him, like they bring his story along with Bruce Wayne as he gets close to becoming Batman, like growing up to become Batman. Like it starts as everyone young, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it works their way up to like Poison Ivy and all them, Catwoman.
Yeah.
It's not. They don't play the character. Like they don't dress up in it.
Right. They're just other. Yeah, I got you.
They're younger versions of themselves.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. For some reason, I just because it's in that world, I probably won't like it. You know what I mean?
It's not bad. I mean, I'm not saying it's. I like Batman. I'm not gonna go nuts over it, but it was like just different.
I'm so weird on all of the like that stuff. Like I'm weird on like the show The Flash is something I wanted to watch because I think the character The Flash is cool, but I'm just literally judging it based off of me assuming that since it's DC, it's probably gonna suck. So I haven't watched The Flash because of that.
Yeah,
I know it's like
Gotham is a good show. That's one I think you would generally like.
Got it. Okay.
What the heck else? What was the other one that I was just about to say to watch? That was going to be phenomenal. Crap. I was thinking it when you were talking, and I just gone.
Oh, a TV show? Like a series?
I think it was. I don't remember.
I don't know. I'm behind. I don't watch a lot of stuff, dude. And I'll start watching stuff that
gone.
I start watching stuff that I just never saw, and it's like old. Like we talked about it 100 times. Like I'm watching Friends. That's like Friends. That's my show right now is Friends. I watch Friends. And it's I watched a lot of it this week. It's like a comfort show now. Like it's like a sit around with a bowl of potatoes and gravy, or you know,
it's like I've been on a Last Man Standing kick lately.
What's that? Last Man Standing?
So it's a Tim Allen show, and basically he owns an outdoor store. That's all it is. It's just and then it's like a crushing like his family and like the outdoor stuff. You know, it's just like it's a sitcom. Okay.
Tim Allen. Okay.
Yeah, right. It's Tim Allen. You can't say no to it. I mean, it's Tim Allen.
I miss like I miss like watching like Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't know if you ever watched like Larry David stuff, like Seinfeld.
Here and there, I have.
It kills me. It kills me. Oh God, we're getting back to the week when we were talking about TV shows.
Oh, since we're gonna go back real quick, since we were talking about movies earlier, Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah. Well, pretty much all the vacation movies they have to be in there.
And even Chevy Chase, it was great. I just that popped in my head. I don't know why.
They are really damn good. I don't know why they're so good, but they're like comfort. They're like comfort.
Did you ever see the picture of? All right, I'm gonna have to find it or get it to send it to you. Did you ever see the picture of me cosplaying Cousin Eddie?
No. None of us have. Do you have that available to you now?
I might.
Is there any way you can show this?
Oh yeah, I don't care. I gotta find it.
Wait, hold on, wait. Did you were cosplaying him, or did you go as him for like Halloween?
So that's a video.
That's a big question here. Halloween or cosplay?
It was cosplay. I did it. Hold on.
Okay, so this wasn't for Halloween.
I gotta find it. Hold on.
Speaking of cosplay, I'm curious if anyone ever saw this show. It was on TV. It was on the Sci-Fi Channel years ago. Like, well, not that many years. Like 4 or 5 years ago. 4 years ago. It was called Heroes of Cosplay. Speaking of cosplay, did any ever watch that? I loved that show. I thought it was awesome. It was like hour-long episodes.
Right.
It was super cool. As someone that doesn't do any kind of cosplay, I love that show. It was fantastic.
All right, I just gotta send it to you myself, and that's the way it is because it's a edited video. It's not me moving around; it's just an edited video for the snow and stuff.
Okay.
I will send it to you. You will laugh. Here you go.
If that's me, I'll somehow get it to my computer, and we'll get this figured out here.
Here you go. It is there. It's not a great picture, but I do have the full outfit yet. And I mean the hat, the robe, the boots, the whole 9 yards. It's there.
Mm-hmm. All right, hold on. We'll get this. Let me see what I can do here. Give me 1 sec. Let me
No, it is, like I said, it is edited for like the snow and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have the outfit. If you really want, I think I still have it all. I will wear it one day on stream.
Not really the hard. I don't know if it was the hardest cosplay to do there, but you know.
Let's put it this way. I was the best. No one compared to me that entire night with that.
It's pretty fantastic, though. I like it.
And may I mind you, I wore that outside in like 5-degree weather. It was cold. Let me tell you, that was cold.
Let me see if I could get it going here. Give me 1 second here. Computers, how do you work?
I'm so excited. I love that. That's one of my favorite things is that.
I never did anything with anything like cosplay or yada yada. I don't know why.
Here and there I do. I would if I had more places to go with it. Mm-hmm. But there's people I was afraid I would do a cosplay and I'd be like, yeah, you know who you are, and then you see this phenomenal one.
Well, I mean, the point of it is to get better at the craft. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to do it. Honestly, I would love to do cosplay stuff, but I just don't have the money or the time to just go out to conventions and.
Oh yeah, sure.
Stuff like that.
Well, I got it, but the quality of whatever that video you sent me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's edited. I don't have the actual picture of it. It's edited.
Yeah, it's not the best.
I might be able to get it for next week just to have it, but I don't.
Okay, let me see if I can get it something here. Yeah, the quality's not too good, but here, wait, hold on. There you go. If you can see. I can't make it much bigger. Oh, yep, it's starting to break up quality. There he is. That's pretty fantastic. Very good.
Yep.
I wish I had some costumes I could show you, but I don't really have anything. I'm one of those people that want to, more than anything, I want to be involved, even with Halloween. I want to always have some cool costume and do all these awesome things until the time comes, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot about it, and then I don't do anything. You know what I mean?
Where I'm at with it, I would love to do cosplay and stuff. I saw one just the other day.
Or Ren fairs. That's another thing. Every time I go to the Ren fairs every year, always every summer I try to go as much as I can. And every single time I go, I'm always I'm dressing up this time. I got to dress up this time because I feel out of place not being dressed up.
Right.
Never once dressed up. Want to, never have.
Have you ever looked at World of Warcraft cosplay?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, how these people make these outfits is mind blowing.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. Yeah.
Dude, it is mind blowing how they do it.
Every year I get BlizzCon. Every year, I'd get the virtual pass or whatever. And every year, my favorite part of it was the cosplay competition or whatever. It was always
phenomenal. I don't know how people do it, but my God.
Mm-hmm. Super cool. I love it. I respect it. I respect the living hell out of it. I guess it's like anything else. If you have a hobby, doing whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever. If your hobby is playing video games, or your hobby is reading books or painting or something, it's just same as that. You know what I mean? It's
there it was. It was yeah. Dude, people that did it, a lot of people. The thing is, I just looked at Diablo cosplay,
mm-hmm. and
everyone did Diablo itself.
Mm-hmm.
No one did much of anything else, but someone did.
Big Ben said Borderlands cosplay is epic.
Yeah, have you ever seen those?
I've seen it on that show. I was talking about that Heroes of Cosplay. The one person went as the one girl. I forget her name. Girl with the pigtails and stuff like that.
Tiny Tina.
Yeah, that's the one.
The people the way they make the people look, the way they make that cartoony makeup on them,
mm-hmm.
phenomenal, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they do it.
People are talented. You can never.
It's amazing.
People are talented. You know what? And it's always people are. People like I think just need to try more. Like I think there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, I can't do that. These people are so good at it. And it's like they just don't even try because they're like, I'll never be that good. And it's just like, well, just do it.
It takes time. Like I highly doubt these people. Like I highly doubt these people did this stuff in 1 year and became this perfect in 1 year.
Absolutely, yeah. They probably do it for quite a while, and they probably study, and they probably if you want to get better at it, they probably go to like their job and in their free time they sit there on forum groups or like websites, taking tips from people who know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Trying to like figure out like like shortcuts or like like not shortcuts, but they're trying to learn stuff they don't know about. Like you know what I mean? It's like anything else, I would assume.
Dude, I don't like I said, it's phenomenal how they do it, and I don't understand it. Like they're just so good.
Yeah, like learning which materials to use for what, and you know what I mean? Like this thing works really well, but it'll be too heavy, so I can't use that, so I have to figure out to use this instead, or yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's super cool.
I just want to see look at cosplay stuff now. This is just like phenomenal.
I just need to buy something to go to Ren Fair with. That's it.
That I can't help you with.
I don't know. I just need anything.
Dude, I'm telling you, once stuff goes back to normal, I want to go to like a Comic-Con or like a BlizzCon or something like that. I really want to.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I'm down. Yeah, once you don't have to wear masks and stuff, I'm super down for a Comic-Con.
I'm game for it.
Yeah,
like I'm game for that, like or like a PAX East or something like that. Like going to Boston for it. I'm game, dude. I am 100% game to go to it.
I'll do that, and I'll do like New York City Comic-Con or something. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm game for that. Spend a weekend out of it. I'm game. 100% game for that because that'd be phenomenal.
I'm assuming. I guess that's all canceled until COVID stuff.
Further notice. Right? Yeah, which is who the hell knows at this point.
Come on already.
I know. It's sick and tired of it already.
But I would love to go. I've never actually been to a Comic-Con before.
I never have either. I was supposed to go a few years back, and it just kind of flopped because they canceled it for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember why they canceled it.
Big Ben said they should hand out free deodorant there. That's what I've been told. I've been told the smell is like unbearable.
Well, think about it. The problem is like all those people in those kind of costumes with that crowd of people.
I don't think it was people in the costumes. I think it's just everybody around you. Like a lot of people that go that are around you.
Right. Well, that too. But I'm just saying, in generally speaking, though, like there's a lot of people that goes and it's asses and elbows.
Yeah, a lot of stinky people. I don't know. I usually don't smell, so I wouldn't.
Right. I
wouldn't be a stinky person.
Oh wow.
What happened over there? Did you have a solar eclipse happen?
The rays of 1,000 suns just popped up.
I don't know. It's not a solar eclipse. What the hell am I talking about? Solar eclipse is when it's blacked out, isn't it?
Yeah, you're thinking of not a lunar one.
The complete opposite of what happened. That's what I'm thinking of.
Right. A nuclear bomb went off, and that's what it was.
Who was saying that before earlier on about trying to get tips off of pod? Remember I told you you're going to get dumber? If you're still there, this is the whole...
No, you know what that was? You remember the meme with the cat when he's playing Rocket League and he's like clicking on the cat? There's a cat that does like it's a Rocket League thing. When you're playing Rocket League at night,
okay,
and the cat's sitting there, it's just a cat, and he's playing Rocket League, and it's going, and he's like hitting the ball, and they're like going back and forth, and all of a sudden it just does this, like stupid. Yeah, in the dark, it's dark, and the cat just screams.
No, I've never seen it.
You'll find it.
Never
You'll
seen
find it. It's there. You'll find it.
He's been mind erased, yes.
I lose brain cells every day of my life. I don't know what to tell you.
I worry about those things all the time.
Like losing brain cells?
Well, no, I'm not worried about that because that's just inevitable. That's just going to happen. I always worry about like searching around. Do you ever this is such a weird random thing, but do you ever get real weird with like your thoughts on things? Like you start like going on Google or going wherever and you start like diving into and like deep diving files or like mystery cases or like government cover-ups, all that kind of stuff.
Well, ever, like, the conspiracies and stuff?
Yeah, and like really go down like rabbit holes and then like sit around like this is what I start to wonder. I'm like, I wonder if I'm ever gonna get a point where like someone's gonna start watching me. You know what I mean? Maybe. Like not watching me like standing outside my house, but like, okay, this guy went too far. Let's tap his phone, or you know what I mean? They already have access to it. You know, like,
right,
so, like,
but let's definitely make it known.
Yeah, like, did you ever like think about that? Like, you go down too far.
Have, or I know what I'm thinking. I've gone too far down that rabbit hole in person. Is when I'm talking and going, and like people are on like a topic, and I just go off on a rant, and everyone looks at you like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And you're like, "Oh, yeah, maybe I am out there more than most people."
Dude, people do stuff like it's crazy. Like it's funny too. Like, because like the more you like start to like deep dive stuff and really look into things, you'll realize how shitty of a world you live in sometimes.
Oh yeah,
money buys like money is it.
Everything.
Like, and like everyone says that, but it's like I don't think people really understand the true power of money and what people do, and how many lies and secrets and things are covered up and paid for, and like just everything that happens and then is exploited all the time. Like it's incredible how far these things go. And I always wonder like if I'm gonna get watched or something, you know?
Or like one of those things that like something happens and you just magically disappear one day and it's in the news.
Yeah. Like not to go down the topic of this, but because I don't want to stay on this like for very long, because I can't get on this topic because I'll spend 2 hours on it and it'll take me 2 hours to explain shit, and I don't really want to explain shit. You know what I mean at the moment. But like for example, all of the stuff going on with GameStop, like the stock market stuff.
Yeah.
The deep dives and the due diligence and the evidence and the proof and everything that these people have pulled up in the past, like especially few weeks, every day more and more is coming onto the surface. They have completely exposed exactly how fraudulent and wrong and fucked the stock market is. Like completely exposed to how this person's in bed with this person, this company's in bed with this person's doing this, here's graphs of why this, and like it is so
and it all makes sense.
Fucked. You know what I mean? It's
and it
so
all
crazy.
Makes sense.
And then like what I meant by like the deep dive is people are putting it out there on Reddit and stuff like that, and we're all reading it, and everybody's like, "Holy shit! Like this is real." You know, like it is.
Right.
And as it happens, the people are putting it out are reporting death threats. They're getting death threats emailed to them. All these things are starting to happen. You start to see moderators get bought out and disappear. And like they get bought out by shield companies. The news starts reporting things completely opposite of what's actually happening to try to keep more eyes away from it. And it's just everything is paid for. And they just try to like, they only report you the story that they want to report you. And like,
that's with anything though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They don't want you to know what's going on. They paid and you don't know. And it's kind of crazy. Like the more you start deep diving these things, like a lot of people that have exposed a lot of this, you know, are probably worried about their safety.
Oh yeah.
Because if you expose trillions of dollars of frauds, things like that.
Oh, those people have money to take you out.
People get killed for a lot less than, I don't know, a market crash. You know what I mean? People get killed for a lot less.
But when you start messing with people's money, it's when it turns into a whole problem.
And a lot of the stuff, and I wish if you could have looked at all of this stuff. Even what's his name? Mark Baum. He's the guy that predicted the mortgage crisis in 2008.
Okay.
And he bet that he said for 2 years we have a problem. It's going to crash. It's done for. It's held up on these mortgage bonds and yada yada. So he shorted it. He's like, fuck it, I'm shorting it, and he made a shitload of money. And he went through so much scrutiny. They made a movie about him called The Big Short, and all that. And he went through so much investigation, all this kind of stuff. He was on Twitter recently, right? And he started. He can't really do anything because if you're in his case and you've been through this already, you're probably not going to say too much stuff in public about what you see in the future. You know what I mean?
Well, right. You don't want to at that point.
He's had 4 years of FBI investigation, you know? But
zip it.
Yep. But he has said some things over the past few months with breadcrumbs. People have deciphered, and he led breadcrumbs for people to start putting puzzle pieces together about what companies are in bed with other companies and like leading you down this trail more. And then as everything day by day progressively gets crazier, his whole Twitter just went down. It's gone. He's gone. He has no access of communication right now.
Wow, like, he pulled it. Either he pulled it or they shut it down.
Yep. It's so nuts how it happens though. It's so and it's so interesting to me. Like I can't, like I love it. Like I'm a big sucker for these things.
But it's interesting to see like what's underneath the surface of everything. Like what you see and what it is entirely is
Mm-hmm. I always think someone's watching.
Oh, other ballpark.
Somebody's watching.
Always, always.
I always wondered about like if you get into like the weird, we were talking about paranormal stuff and like, or alien conspiracies or all that, you know what I mean? Like imagine like going online and if you dig deep enough and like find things and start to research and find things that aren't supposed to be found. Like I wonder if someone pays you a visit or you start to, you know, because there's stories about that like on Reddit and all over the place. And I don't know if they're real or not, but I mean, there's stories that people claim that they found things and, you know, after some time of exposing things, would start getting weird calls or mystery cars sitting up front of their houses and stuff, you know, stuff like that.
Right. There used to be a YouTuber that I used to watch. He used to go on Reddit and read like these dark stories of stuff that people would put out there. Like there's people about like Disneyland stories or like people that used to work there and like these stories and stuff like that.
Hold on, I think I read it. I'm not joking. It was like they weren't scary, but they were like things that happen at Disneyland that normal people wouldn't know about, like the underground tunnel systems and all that kind of stuff. And the way they
that, or like certain rides, reason why like rides break down at this point all the time, or if it's a select group of weird people. Like there was ones that I've seen that were like, if there was like if I remember correctly, there was a story of these girls, like I don't want to say like teenagers, but like they were older, and they were on like one of the boat rides that go through like the tunnels, like the Pirates of the Caribbean one or whatever the case. I don't know if it was Pirates of the Caribbean, but I'm just gonna say that one. And their boat broke down, and they were told, "Hey, you know, we gotta get you out. The boats, you know, the ride broke down. Come on, there's a tunnel access. You know, there's a tunnel get this way. You guys can get out and." You know, you can get around where you can go to a different, we'll put you in front of a line at some other ride.
Right.
Which, okay, at that point, you're like, all right, fine, whatever. And it was just like a bunch of friends, like a bunch of girls that were friends. And they disappeared. And there was like 6 or 7. They were just gone after that. They were never found again.
Wait, really?
Yep.
How?
There's rumor that they became enslaved. Like I don't want to say like enslaved, but like trafficking, like
Epstein Island kind of stuff.
Like they were like in sex trafficking.
And,
they were sold off, or
Pizzagate stuff.
They were kept in like prisons, like under Disneyland.
Prisons under Disneyland?
Yeah, something like that. They don't. It's all conspiracy. They don't have a clue.
Right.
But it was like the stuff like that. Random Rob, the one for the that was the which one was that? What it was the what was the ride for that? It was with the Snow White and the It's a Small World.
It's a Small World. Got it.
It was a Small World. There was one about that.
Random Rob said, or like this world life is just a simulation by an advanced AI to understand their moral makers, and they accidentally killed off. Accidentally killed off.
But there was like one, like a Small World of that ride, the Small World ride. There was stuff with that. Like the what's the log flume ride at the big log flume ride at Disneyland?
I've never been to Disneyland. I have no idea. But I think I know, like the main log one.
Yeah. That got stuck at the top. The belt broke or something, and it got stuck near the top where the log like couldn't make it just over the lip, and they pulled the people off and they disappeared.
Really? I've never heard these. I never heard these stories. This is awesome.
Yeah, there was like even stuff with roller coasters and stuff that people were like
but
like there was like,
but they're there like in like there's video like there's like. Hold on. This doesn't make sense. Like, hold on. I got to back this up. I understand if like, all right. So I understand stuff like where if like the people go out in the woods or something happens, you know, if people investigate it and it doesn't seem like, they have no reason to disappear. They probably didn't run away. They're normal, you know, yada, yada. I get stuff like that. This is Disney World amusement park ride. It breaks down. Someone from the park comes over, grabs the people and says, okay, I'm going to escort you off this ride. They go into like the underground Disney World tunnel to get them out of the park, and they go missing and never seen again.
Yep.
It seems like there's way too many people though that Like, no, like, well, no, the cops or whatever would be like, no, the crime happened right here. Where did they go?
Yeah, that's
a legitimate
investigate
thing. Literally everybody in the entire place. You know what I mean?
Here, hold on.
Shut the park down and investigate everything. You know, if they disappeared there.
Like here's one. I don't know if this is the right one. That's so one of the Reddits. I sent it to you in a Discord.
Okay.
But there's like weird like anomaly stories. There's ghost stories.
Yeah. That missing people stuff is like the one thing that's crazy because obviously you know that's fact. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things where like
there's a lot of them. If you look on Reddit, there's a lot of them. One I just sent you, but there's one there. There's a lot of them that are. I remember seeing the guy. I can find the YouTube video of the guy that read them and send it to you. But yeah, there was a lot of off the wall stuff that like, even ex Disneyland employees, like people that used to work there. Green screen behind me. I rolled back into it. They found like ex-employees that were like missing after they left. They quit.
Yep.
Oh,
that's all. That's weird.
There's a lot of them.
I don't know.
There's a lot of
I don't like stuff. That. And I believe in it, and that's what I think like the weirdest creeped out that I've ever gotten. I'm not creeped out. Creeped out's the wrong word. Sick to my stomach is a better word because I know that it's real, and that's what bothers me the most. Is I was getting into some stuff where like deep diving dark web stuff for a while, and like just really realizing that sex trafficking or murder for hire and stuff like that is real. Like,
and it's more than you think it is. It's
very real, and that is.
And it's horrible. Very common, more than you think it is too.
Red rooms, that's horrible. This exists. Like,
it's a real thing.
I can't even. Yeah, like I don't even like talking about it. I'm afraid talking about it that somehow it's gonna get traced back to me and I'm gonna get murdered. Like I'm not even joking. Like it's so creepy. I can't stand any of it. But
all right. Favorite animal, go.
No, it's okay. We can. I'll get murdered. I don't care. I'm just joking.
No, but also I'm just saying the stuff that they conceive like that is really real and it is very more common than you think. That's all I'm gonna say with it.
Yeah, I just don't understand how like we allow it. I guess as you know what? See, this is where I always believe that everything like that, like all the Epstein stuff, honestly, all the Pizzagate, like all of that stuff, I do believe that it is tied into government or it's tied into people above government because there is not one rational person in this fucking universe, like me or you or anybody that's normal that wouldn't be like, I don't know, how about we stop it? Why don't we just stop it? Why don't we catch these people and stop it?
Right back to the money thing.
You can't catch them. You're not gonna. It's gonna keep happening because you don't
spend the money and you're safe.
You're not in the circles. You're not involved. But it's true. Right. Like that's what I think makes me the most sick is that it's gonna continue happening until people somehow step up and are able to just shut shit down. I don't know how.
Then that'll never happen.
You're right. How do we do that?
You can't.
How do we get together and shut it down?
You can't. I hate to say it. As much as you would love to, you can't. End of discussion. No way around it. I mean, it's just one of those that it's small time people. It's going to take someone with a huge amount of money and does not care what happens to them.
Yeah, that's always that stuff that just bothers me. That bothers me so much. Missing people stuff. I'm so interested in it, but at the same time, like I'm just.
Well, that's like all the people, like real quickly. That's all the people like when you go to Walmart or you see like on a piece of paper or something. Like, missing since this time. This is what they look like, and it's like 15 years later. Like, where do these people go and never get found?
Right. Sex trafficking.
Right. Slavery.
Probably. I mean, honestly, probably. It's probably. Sure. The weird stuff, like alien stuff, though, in the woods, it's probably aliens at that point, though.
Oh, probably.
Probably not wild animals. It's probably aliens. They live among us, I think. You know that.
Aliens.
I don't know if they do or not, but I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm sure they do.
I wouldn't doubt anything. Like I think that's where I feel on a lot of these things. Like if it realistically came out, all the stuff came out, and they're just like, by the way, lizard people are real and aliens live among you, I'd be like, I'm not even surprised. Like, I'm not even shocked in the slightest. Another day.
Yeah, because just at this point, you're like, I kind of already expected it.
I'd be like, all right, well, what time is it? I gotta go stream now. All right, have a good day. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be normal to me at this point.
A lot of it, to be honest, a lot of stuff that like you think like conspiracy wise or like you said, aliens or whatever. Mm-hmm. If it popped out of the blue and said, "Hey, this stuff's been real for this amount of time," at this point, you're kind of like almost you believe already it's real. So what would be surprising? Be like, "I told you so."
Right. I would say, I don't know if there's no way they could do a poll, I guess, but I would say that probably more people believe in the existence of aliens over people that don't, I would think.
Most likely.
Or could at least, maybe not say believe as in like they care about it or think about it or follow it, but they could at least conceive the idea that there's life off this planet. You know what I mean?
Right, or even like you can even put that in paranoia aspect, the paranormal things.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, people. I guarantee you, if you were to make a survey of say everyone in like the United States, I guarantee you it'd be a stupid stagger of people that believe it and people that don't.
Yeah, I think most people would probably believe in that kind of stuff because anybody that ever had experiences with it, no one's ever going to tell them that it's not real. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's just all there is to it. That's all it's going to be. Big Pan said, yeah, Blue Kid might be an alien. He might be. But that stuff, I don't know. There's too many things. And you know what, like, the crazy thing is, too? Is there's too much, like, science fiction in the world that, like, maybe not even science fiction, but there's too many people that have theories of everything. Like,
everything.
Even, and it makes you start to question things. It makes you question, can you fold time and space and go from parallel universes and all these kind of things? Like, what is this? Maybe ghosts are from that. Maybe they're not. Who knows? Like,
right.
I love that stuff though. It's super cool.
You never know. I mean, it's one of those that it could be legitimate. It could not be. You don't know.
You know what? I have a question for everybody. And you, what is your take on spontaneous human combustion? Did you ever look into that?
I'm going to go on a limb and say it's not possible.
I don't know. You could read a lot of reports. You could read a lot of police investigation reports.
Maybe if I walked into a church now, it might be realistic. However, I would think your body would have to reach such a temperature that you wouldn't even be able to move.
And here's what's even crazier. You would have to spike
so quickly. And here's the thing. It would have to be the gases in you, I would assume, would have to be flammable in order to explode.
There's no answer. Like, there isn't like at the end of the day, you're not going to find an answer that can prove it one way or another. Do you know what I mean? But all you have is the evidence that, like, the police reports, things like that you can find, where the people that spontaneously combusted, right?
Yeah.
Literally burnt completely to nothing and didn't burn the things around them. That's what's crazy.
Okay, now, let's put it... Okay, so you're going to tell me that if I was standing and I just caught on fire, the only thing you would see would be my footprints from the burns on my feet.
No, your skeleton would be there. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be down, like you'd burn, like they burn off all their muscles.
Okay, so if I turned around and lit myself on fire, would that be the same exact thing?
No.
Why not?
This would be randomly, somebody would be like me sitting here right now. For no reason.
but then that means your chair would be...
No.
No. It's just scientifically makes no sense. No.
I know. That's what's interesting about it. Because there's...
Bullshit.
Look at it. You can look at police reports, photos, evidence, everything. It's out there, and it can't be explained.
Hold on.
Don't do it now. You're not going to have time. You're going to be doing this all night, and you have to stream.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You can look at it.
I just want to see pictures of it. That's all I want to see.
People have spontaneously combusted in chairs, right? Woke up, like when they were found, obviously caught a flame, and all it was singe marks, from their back or their legs on the chair, but the chair was perfectly intact. Everything around them was intact. The house didn't burn down. None of that stuff, Crazy shit, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Look into it. I'm telling you, it's weird stuff. I have books on it because I'm weird and like to read these things.
Dude, the only thing that makes sense, hear me out, and it's still not true because you can't use an external flame source. Excuse me. Thank you. Because I'm going to go off of what Ben said about farts being flammable. The only thing that I could think of that would make sense, but it's still an external source, is you fart near a fire or something that's that hot. The flame goes in your body through the gas, and you burn from the inside out.
That's
However,
not
that
what it
won't.
is.
No, I know that. I know that's not the case because it can't be, because you can't use an external flame source.
Right.
But I'm just saying that's the only somewhat logical thing that would make sense of how it happens.
Yeah, it's not. There's
But
no
you know
like,
how,
reason.
but you know like how hot your body would have to get at that one point to cause a flame inside of you. Because what's an average flame temperature? I don't know. I don't know what like an average fire is put for a temperature.
I'm not sure. How hot does a fire have to be to completely melt you down to bone, but not burn what you're sitting on? How does that work?
It doesn't. That's why I don't believe it.
But there's pictures that prove it. That's what's crazy. It's completely contained on the person. Like it's only all like the photo, like the evidence of it. It's contained completely to the person who combusted. And there's like many cases. It's not like two. There's a bunch.
All right. So temperature rises above 155. So it might make sense. Okay. So what's the actual? You might know. What's the actual temperature that like your body will start burning itself up from the inside with a fever?
I don't know. Well, with a fever,
like when is it considered
you're basically
dangerous?
dead. Like if you're like 110, you're probably dead. Like I would.
So
think.
at that point,
104, 105 is like
it's dangerous.
You need to be in the hospital at that point. Yeah.
155 or 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Anything higher than that, you can spontaneously combust.
There you go. So maybe.
But you're dead. So is it already a dead body that spontaneously combusted because they had a fever?
Maybe.
So maybe they died from the fever, and then their temperatures just kept going still?
Maybe something. I have no idea. But we don't have the answer to this. So I'm not a scientist. But maybe
I'm not either, but I'm curious.
Maybe what you're saying is maybe something chemical with certain people, like, very few, but maybe there's chromosomes. Maybe there's, I have no idea. Chromosomes, who knows? But for some reason, something happened and their fever reached that temperature over.
That's what I mean.
And they literally caught on fire.
But because they've already been dead, though. That's the other thing. Because they've already been dead, and then their body from the heat rising still just.
Well, what if, since we don't know the answer, what if they'd start to not feel good and they started to get a fever and it went from like 100 degrees to 150, like within a minute?
Well, that's what I mean.
Who knows?
You're dead anyway at that point.
Right.
Before it even gets that high, but you get my point. Is that you've already been dead before they spontaneously combusted.
RPG Dave said 106 causes brain damage.
Right, so that's my point. So at 106, you're dead. Well,
right.
Slightly dead. You're dying. Let's start there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume everyone's different. How much can someone manage before they entirely die?
Well, that's the thing. Norton, what's going on? Hello. What are we talking about? We're talking about the phenomenon of spontaneous human combustion. That's
the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of.
I think that's the most logical.
Right.
That's what I would think would be based on the way it works, the evidence that's out there, the police reports, the photos, no external sources, no nothing. I'm thinking the same thing you are. That it would be maybe the person has a rare gene. Something like that. I have no idea. Maybe. Chemical something, whatever, with that specific person that allows a fever to go that high. And maybe they're just sitting there watching TV at night and they catch this fever and it shoots up from, 100 to 150. They're dead on the way up and they fucking catch on fire.
If they get brain damage at 106.
Yeah, they're dead on the way up.
Their nerves and stuff are probably shot, so they don't even probably know they're that hot.
No, they're dead. They probably don't even know that they went on fire. They probably died before they caught on fire. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. And then just from sitting there, their temperature still being active, their body being active for however long after they died, kept going with the heat and.
Yeah, spontaneous combustion. We're debating.
All I'm gonna turn around and say, think about is the Family Guy episode when they're all sitting there in their fancy suits and they're all sitting there reading with their pipes. They're like, "Oh, look, I spontaneously combusted."
Yeah. I always thought it was fascinating. Like I read books on it when I was a kid, all this kind of stuff.
It's interesting. 100%
I like
interesting.
stuff that's not like proven right or wrong. Like I just like it. And it's so rare that it happened that it's like they never had they never had a real answer, you know?
It's one of those that's probably, there's got to be something chemical in person or a gene or something. There has to be.
Mm-hmm. But now, are you sure? So, like, when you were looking that, so you're saying that when you Googled it, that if you had a fever, an inside body temperature of like 130 degrees, 30-some degrees, does that actually mean that would catch fire?
It's the gases in your body, yes, would start to catch would possibly ignite.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking that's probably the most likely. Like, that's what would have to have caused it.
Now, here's the other thing. Now, if someone puts something that's that hot down your throat, like you ate it, I don't want to say you ate it, but like someone like maybe like psychotic person was like an MO was of the killing someone was put something extremely hot down their victim's throat.
Mm-hmm.
Would that also put in for temperature rising?
No, because the item that's going down your throat, like say a burning coal or something like that, say the item was that hot, once it would hit your stomach, your whole body's not going to be that hot. It's contained inside of,
Yeah, but what we're saying is like you have to spontaneously combust from somewhere.
Right.
And all the acids and gases are near your stomach.
I'm going to go with the fever thing. That makes the most sense to me.
I'm not saying that it doesn't, but I'm just saying, if most of your gases are in your stomach and someone drops something that hot down your throat, if you're going to catch fire and melt, no one's going to find a trace of like something burned in your throat or something.
Right. You're right. I don't know. But there's a lot of detective work on it, though, so I would think that if there was foul play, I think they would have found it,
If there's nothing there to detect, then guess what? They ain't going to find it.
Right. Norton said, let's say in the event you actually combust spontaneously, got any one-liners before you go out? Oh my god. Hot day, ain't it?
I always knew I was hot.
Oh god. I don't know what I would say. I'm pretty sure that everyone that apparently had spontaneously combusted, it was like in their sleep or in their house, or you know what I mean?
Oh, probably.
It wasn't like no one was like hanging out randomly and like, oh hey, maybe they did. I don't know. Can you catch fire from the inside out though?
Possible. I would assume it's possible. Very the odds of it probably 0 to shit, but definitely I would say it's possible at least.
That's why it's an unknown that you have to deep dive. The more if you start reading about it, it's interesting.
I believe it.
I read all this shit. I love it.
I never actually thought about that one.
You know what also what also was one of those weird things that had me like reading more and more and more and more about?
What's that?
And it's like so weird. Honestly, it's like a weird thing that you'd be like, what are you doing, dude? Like really? The Mothman prophecy stuff.
I never looked into any of that, so I know nothing of it.
Really? I was like, I don't know
why. The Mothman? You ready for this one? The Mothman. Fallout.
Was that put in there because of Fallout? Oh, okay, I don't know.
So I don't know if it's which stemmed from which.
Right.
But yeah, Mothman's in he's in Fallout.
It wasn't like anything bad or anything like that. Like, but it was like
it was like a cult following or some shit.
Well,
wasn't
people around the world, like dated back to like I don't know the 50s, 60s, and up. People around the world have claimed that like they saw it. It was like psychological, and it predicted the future. So like it gave them like it told them what was going to happen, or a tragedy was going to happen, and then it did. You know what I mean?
Maybe the same as like a fortune teller.
That's it. Like that's like what the whole thing was. Like I know the big thing with it, which is actually create because they did they did like the movie and all that kind of stuff. I don't know I guess you didn't see the movie if you don't know much about it, but yeah, like all over the world, whenever like before like a massive like a tragedy happened. There were people that have claimed that they saw like red eyes or they saw like a psychological dip into something telling them that this event was going to happen, and then the next day it happened. You know what I mean? Is that weird?
Yes and no.
There's like
I've heard of things like I've heard of things of like where people and I know people
Here's
told me
like this thing.
whether stuff like with dead people, like if you randomly smell something, like if you remember something from like a grandparent or someone you knew, and if you randomly smell like a perfume they used to wear or cologne or just have like that grandma's house smell,
yeah,
apparently that person's visiting you.
Maybe. I don't know. I've heard that before though. Yeah, like you smell the
or you have a dream of that person. And you fluently can see them, how they look, their voice, smell everything of it in a dream. Apparently, that's like a thing of them visiting you, trying to talk to you. Whether or not it's true, but
the most like notable Mothman thing that like we would know, you know what I mean? Like again, all over the world, but for us, was in Ohio, in Point Pleasant.
Yeah,
that was, and I forget what year it was. I don't know if it was the '80s, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't remember what year it happened, but it's just funny because I actually have it tattooed on me, of course. But the Silver Bridge was the tragedy that happened in Point Pleasant, where a bunch of cars were on the bridge, and the investigation actually still don't really know why it happened, but the bridge collapsed with a lot of people died. Like it was horrible. But that was the big one that sparked it up for a lot of people, because a lot of people had claimed that they got a message the day before that there was going to be something that happened over the lake, over Lake Ohio or whatever it was in Point Pleasant. Yeah, and people were telling police officers prior to this happening that they've heard that something was going, like they had a vision that something was going to happen, and then it did. You know what I mean? And that sparks like all this stuff. So you could like deep dive all this.
That's interesting thing of it.
Oh yeah. I like that stuff forever. So I have the Silver Bridge tattooed on me, of course, because I'm an idiot. But I like it.
I mean, the only thing Mothman, I've heard it outside of stuff, but I never knew anything about it, like what it was.
Yeah, no, it's not like some Mothman that's gonna come like bite your head off or anything like that. It's not like that.
Yeah, no. The only Mothman thing that I can think of that I know of when I hear Mothman is Fallout, and it's a cult, and it's just this guy that looks like a moth.
If you want to watch, I'd highly suggest it to write it down and just watch it. Watch the Mothman Prophecies. It's a movie. It's Richard Greer's in it. It's
I'll have to look into it.
It's really good. Like I love it. Really, really, really good. There's some stuff. I mean, I guess people have died not by death of the Mothman, but like
right, but stuff that he said.
But after have seeing him, like they would. Like they went out and like died of exposure. You know what I mean? Like they got kind of like nutty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
weird stuff like that. But
that's like even this concept of Slender Man. Apparently, that's a thing.
But that's made up though. Like that was.
There's apparently like police reports and everything else, and kids saying that Slender Man was in the woods.
But there's a guy that literally said that he made that up on the internet because he was trying to win a contest.
And I can see it.
Yeah.
But apparently that's a thing. And
I know people got really into it because I know there's those girls from wherever that
there's a bunch of little girls that
something.
Yeah, they carried her friend, and they came out all bloody, and the parent was like, "What the hell happened?"
Yeah.
And they said Slenderman told us to kill him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like a real thing. There was like court trials and shit for that.
Oh, there's a couple of them. Mm-hmm. There's what's another one that's like that?
I saw the movie, by the way, too. I saw the Slender Man movie.
I didn't.
It's not very good, but I just wanted to watch it anyway.
I never watched it, but I mean, I know there's like been a lot of like those weird this stupid camera. I'm telling you.
Punch it.
And it worked.
Yeah, watch Mothman Prophecies. Please watch it so we can discuss it. I want to discuss it. There's a movie. Yes, there's a movie. Yes,
it was recent too, wasn't it? Like within the past like 10 years.
In the past like 2 years, I want to say.
Has it? I know it was recent.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. Like I enjoyed it.
I can remember like the scenes from the previews for it, but I don't remember like anything. I didn't see it.
Right. I enjoyed the hell out of it. You know what I mean? But I always looked at it more like a Blair Witch scared the shit out of me when I was a kid because I thought it was real because of the way they did it. You know what I mean? But then when the three people, the cast members showed up on MTV Movie Awards or whatever, and it was like, oh, okay. And then after everything was all said and done, they came out and explained how they made up the entire thing and like how long it took them to make the timeline and do all this kind of stuff. Then it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
I don't remember how. I don't even remember honestly what the Blair Witch was even about.
Oh, it's the best.
I don't remember what it was about. I honestly don't remember.
I mean, the people like wrote this lore. Well, maybe the lore. So this is what I don't know. Maybe the original lore of it may have been based off of real lore. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
But I don't know as far as what was added and what wasn't added. Like, I don't know if they like picked and choose and added in. And because of the way that they sold this movie before it came out, it was brilliant the way they did it. And it was all set up on a timeline to build hype around this movie so that people thought it was real. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was, I don't know what was real and what was fabricated. You know what I mean? As far as the lore sense of everything. But it's pretty crazy stuff. They made their actors wander for 8 days in the woods and record whatever. Yeah. It was definitely.
Yeah, see, I don't know the actual story behind like Blair Witch. I don't know the actual. I see the movie, but I don't remember the actual.
The lore of her or the movie in general? The movie in general was just the three filmmakers. They knew of the legend of the Blair Witch or whatever. You know
I don't know the legend of it. I don't know it.
God, she was like a witch in like the Salem time, and she was accused of, I guess, like murdering children or something like that. So I don't know what it was, but apparently they like in the lore they said like they put her in the woods and they like hung her on like a tree, or they stretched her, basically her arms out and her body. They longed her. I don't know what the words are, but then she died. She died from like that. And then apparently she like haunted the entire area of that, area that they were in, Burkittsville or whatever. And people would go in the woods and things happened. Like kids would go missing. A guy was responsible for murdering them all because he said some lady was telling him to do it. You know what I mean? And that was like the lore, is that like if you'd go in there,
I never knew.
Like she wouldn't come out and like say, hi, it's me. But she would get in your head and make you do things. You know what I mean?
It's like a Slenderman type deal.
Yeah.
She gets in your head and tells you what to do. You black out from doing it, and then you just do it. And you're
you have no idea, and then you end up murdering people, and then like, yeah, exactly. Yep, that's what it was all about, and like all that kind of stuff. That was like the history behind it. And then that movie was just about the three filmmakers going to make a film about the history and interviewing people, and then they went out to the woods and they got lost and all that stuff, and then they ended up in that house with the kids and all that, weird stuff. But yeah.
Speaking of, you remember speaking of weird oddball crap, you remember the clowns thing when It movie was coming out?
Yeah. In real life, the people walking around as clowns? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And killing people or chasing them or stuff like that?
I don't think they were killing people, were they?
Oh, yeah, they were. There were some murders.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, not around here, but yeah, there were some murders.
I didn't know that.
Did you ever see any of them around, like personally?
No, I saw pictures on like Facebook, though.
Oh, no, I've seen a few personally. Not up close, like driving by, I'd see them.
Just walking around?
Telling me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Walking around the side by woods area or like weird streets. Oh, yeah.
Huh. That sucks. I don't like that at all.
Me and a few of my buddies were going to go hunting for him the one day, but it just never happened.
Car, yeah.
No, sure, we'll call it hitting on a car.
Yeah, sure, we'll call it that. Yeah, why not? Norton said, back at Blair Witch, they actually had someone dressed and following the actors. Thing is, the actors got scared, ran away saying, what the fuck is that, and never filmed the thing. Got it. Yeah, I know, like, they were saying that the noises that they were hearing were, like, people were screwing with them. Like, the whole, like, the other film crew was, like, messing with them when they were sleeping. Like, making weird, like, clunking sounds and weird yada yada. Just
I believe. Well, you know what, dude? You know what it is, too? It's like, dude, like, you even hear that stuff even you're in the woods and not with a film crew.
Yeah, you're always hearing weird stuff. Mouth, what's going on? I loved it. Like, I thought the movie was awesome. I loved it.
It's been so long since I've seen it.
I love the new one, just called Blair Witch. I thought that was great, and I don't think it did well, but I thought it was awesome.
I didn't watch it.
That had to do with cool stuff. That had to do with like in time travel to some degree, and I loved it. Like I thought it was so cool. Like basically like imagine this, like you and I are hanging out, right?
Yeah.
And then we're in the woods, we're camping. You and I are hanging out. You go over there, right? And I'm like I don't know where Lenny went. Well, I'm gonna go walk this way for a little bit, and I go walking in and out for like an hour, and all of a sudden I run into you, and you have like a full beard, and it's been like 3 years for you, and it's been an hour for me. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like shit like that happens, like, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And it's just like, I don't know. I think that stuff is so cool. I think it's super, super cool. Just beat this game called H-Rot. Rot. Norton was saying that it's in the movie, and I honestly think it's better than that. Like in the real life, I don't go, oh, a creepy guy in the woods, let me frame him perfectly before running. Nice. He's actually, Blue Kid tonight is playing the Blair Witch game. It's funny that we got onto this game, or onto the movie, because he's starting the game tonight.
Don't remind me.
I don't know anything about it, so I'm actually going to watch him play it tonight.
Neither do I. And I'm not going to jump. I don't know if I want to watch it.
But I'll say this game that he's playing, this H-Rock game, it's a throwback FPS game about some sort of disaster in 1986 communist Czechoslovakia. A bunch of jokes about Czechoslovakia that he doesn't get. Oh my God.
Well, then you need a Czechoslovakian friend. That would solve that problem.
I'm excited to see what the Blair Witch stuff is. The game is going to be. Though.
I am, but I'm kind of.
Are you scared? Are you afraid of it?
All right. I'll explain this right now. I don't mind horror games when they aren't at night.
Okay.
I can play a horror game that'll scare the crap out of anyone, broad daylight, and I'll laugh at it because I think it's hilarious. Because it's like, this isn't scary because it's broad daylight.
Right.
However, it is 11:09 at night.
Are you going to turn the lights off?
I can. If I turn the lights off, I cannot use green screen.
Oh, right. You can't green screen. That's right. I don't even know if the game is scary or not.
I don't know. It got a lot of good ratings.
I'm excited to see it though. That was that movie, and like I always liked it. I thought it was really, really cool. This Blair Witch simulates the walking in circles feel perfectly. Love it. Yeah, I always thought the lore of it and like just the way it worked, I thought is very interesting to me. Like very interesting. I think it's cooler to have like more psychic kind of stuff and more like shit in your head, like weird stuff's going on. Like they made another one after the first Blair Witch. They made it wasn't like a handy found footage one. It was like a normal movie. It was called, I think, The Book of Shadows. And it had like normal actors, and it wasn't a hand cam. And it took place after that movie, and it simulates this whole thing goes on with these people and stuff happening, and what they're experiencing, what they're seeing, and then by the time it gets to the end of it, they're like on videotape, like doing things that they had no idea that they were doing, and like murdering and like doing all these things, and like they were like the ones that were tricked without even knowing they were tricked. It's like super cool. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I find it like just very, very interesting. I like stuff like that. Mel said I beat the first episode. It's all there in it's early access. Got it. One dev doing everything. Put a recipe for beef stroganoff. Fantastic.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out. I was just reading the reviews real quick, and it's not looking fantastic, but we'll see.
Hey, I think you'll have fun. What time is it though? It's 11:11. And you're gonna stream that tonight. Are you? How long are you gonna play for?
I'll probably play about 2 hours of it.
Do you want to should we end now then, so you can get some time in?
Sure, why not?
Because I can keep going, and I'll end up wasting your whole night.
If not, I just start it tomorrow. One of the two.
I want to watch tonight.
All right, then we're doing it.
Or else I'll start talking about spontaneous human combustion again and human trafficking. And getting weird. Tonight was a weird episode. We covered a lot of things. Happy, sad, and completely all over the place.
And then I got called by. Apparently people come back. I'm talking about sex trafficking.
Yeah,
happens.
I think that we're all over the place, but I like to discuss these things, and I can talk about it all night. If you ever want to talk about like the Mothman prophecies for like 3 hours straight, I can do that. I'm in.
Well, guess what next episode's going to be? I'm going to watch some of these, and then guess what we're going to do?
Watch it. Please watch Mothman prophecies. I'm serious. Watch it. I want to see what you think of it. I think you're going to be like, I think you're gonna really enjoy it. Like it's I don't know if you could walk away not liking that movie.
I'll see. I'll have to watch it this week sometime.
Says you 2 deciliters of sour cream. Measure sour cream in deciliters.
Sure, there's some person out there that measures some of the stuff in what they shouldn't.
That's awesome. I guess we'll wrap it up there for tonight. I know I'm not gonna be streaming tonight. I'll be streaming. Starting again tomorrow. I'll be on. Blue Kid's starting up a game. I want to see him play it. So that's why I'm just gonna take the 2 hours off of streaming tonight. I want to watch him play Blair Witch.
Watch you cry.
And then I'll be back, of course, tomorrow. Blue Kid, tell everybody about yourself really quick, if you don't mind.
I'm Blue Kid 04. I am here Sunday, Monday, and Thursday, 9 Eastern time to about 1 a.m. And I will stream pretty much anything and everything. I don't care what it is, because why not? And over to you.
Of course, at Burning Clock Studios. You can find me exactly right here where you are. It's a no-brainer. I do YouTube stuff. Not very often. These shows go on it. When I actually complete no death or no hit runs, they go on it. At the moment, that hasn't happened in a little bit, but it's going to be soon. It's going to be soon. And I'm around Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like 9 o'clock at night until about 1 in the morning. I have social media stuff. I don't really care about it. I use Discord more than anything. And I barely use that, but I use it more than anything else. I post videos of me riding electrical bicycles on it.
Oh, God.
That are goofy as hell. But what I'll do is I'm going to send a host over to Blue Kid. So my channel will just go into his, and I'm going to watch him play some Blair Witch. And I appreciate everybody for hanging out. We always do. We'll, of course, be back next Sunday. Yeah.
We will.
We shall be back next Sunday, same time, same place, with more random nonsense for everyone to hopefully enjoy.
Of course.
Absolutely. Alrighty.
All right, people. I will see you soon.
I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.